The Kingsley mansion was always spotless, but never peaceful. Every week, a new maid arrived through the tall glass doors. Every week, she left in tears. "Mr. Kingsley, please," I tried. "That will be all," Robert Kingsley said coldly, not even looking up from his tablet. "Security will settle your payment." 7 maids. 1 month. All gone. It wasn't because they were lazy. It wasn't because they stole. It wasn't even because they talked back. It was because of him. Michael. Robert's only son. 6 years old. Nonverbal. Autistic. He hated loud perfume. He panicked when doors slammed. He flinched at unfamiliar voices. He liked the spoons lined in a straight line, the curtains half open, the TV volume on 11, not 10, not 12. And whenever a new maid came in and changed even one tiny thing, he screamed. Not tantrum screaming. Not spoiled rich kid screaming. The kind that made your heart drop because you knew the world didn't feel safe for him. The maids didn't understand. Some rolled their eyes. Some whispered, "Billionaire kabacha hai, Isa hai haga." Some even said it out loud in the kitchen. "Poor child, rich father, no time." Robert heard it. Fired them on the spot. But the truth? It wasn't anger. It was shame. How can I own half the city, he thought, staring at the CCTV replay of his son rocking alone in his room, and still not fix my own child? On the 8th morning, the head housekeeper, Evelyn, cleared her throat. "Sir, the agency sent someone else. She's not like the others." Robert didn't look up. "They're never like the others." Evelyn hesitated. "She used to work with special kids." Robert finally raised his eyes. Outside, waiting with a small bag and nervous fingers, was Sophia. Poor. Simple clothes. Worn shoes. Eyes that had seen struggle. And the staff was already whispering. "Another one. She won't last a day. Rich people ka bacha sambhalna asan nahi." But Sophia wasn't looking at the house. She was looking upstairs, at the one window where a small boy was peeking, half hidden behind the curtain. "Michael." She smiled. He hid. Robert watched from the monitor. "Fine," he said. "Let her in." But in his mind he thought, "You'll run like the rest." Except Sophia didn't even ask where to put her things. Her first question was, "Where is Michael?" And that was the first time anyone asked that in this house. What Sophia did in the first 5 minutes, without touching him, without speaking to him, made everyone in the mansion stare in silence, even Robert. Evelyn took Sophia to the playroom. "Listen," she whispered. "He doesn't like being touched, he hates sudden emo." But Sophia raised a gentle hand. "I won't touch him," she said. "I'll let him invite me." Michael was on the floor. Toy cars in a perfect line. Blue, red, blue, red. His fingers kept tapping his knee. The room was quiet, except for the little hum he made to calm himself. Most maids made the same mistake. "Hi, Michael. Look what I brought. Come to Auntie." Too loud. Too fast. Too much. Sophia didn't do that. She sat on the floor, but far. Not across from him. That would feel like pressure. Not behind him. That would feel like threat. Just diagonally. In his view. Calm. Present. Then she did something even stranger. She started lining up her own things. Not toys. Not flashy stuff. Just what she had, a pencil, a hair clip, a little notebook, a keychain. Blue, red, blue, red. Evelyn frowned. What is she doing? From the CCTV room, Robert leaned closer. Michael stopped tapping. He looked. He looked again. Sophia didn't make eye contact. Didn't force it. She just mirrored him. She slid one object out of line. Waited. Michael blinked. He leaned forward. He fixed her line. Sophia smiled, but not at him. At the line. "Thank you," she whispered. You like it organized. Me too. Michael's breathing slowed. He didn't scream. He didn't rock. He didn't cover his ears. The staff outside the door whispered. How? He didn't cry. Is she a therapist or what? Robert felt something tight in his chest. So all this time, it wasn't that his son was difficult. It was that no one bothered to learn his language. Sophia turned to Evelyn. Does he eat in here? Evelyn nodded. We try. He refuses most food. Sophia thought for a moment. He trusts patterns. Don't change his plate, don't change the smell, don't change the chair. Don't talk over him when he eats. He hears everything louder than you. Louder? Evelyn asked. Sophia nodded. Imagine a blender, and someone talking, and a door, and perfume, all at the same time. That's his world. Evelyn went quiet. Sophia looked at Michael again. May I come tomorrow? She said softly. Same time. Michael didn't answer. But he didn't leave either. For an autistic child, staying is sometimes the loudest yes. That night, Robert secretly watched old footage of Michael, and noticed something horrifying in the way the previous maids treated him, something that made him clench his fists. The mansion had cameras in every corridor. Not to spy, but to control. Robert sat alone in his study, sleeves rolled up, scrubbing through day after day of recordings. At first, it was normal. Maid enters. Child cries. Maid panics. Robert fires. But then he slowed one clip down. Maid number 4. The one who said, he just screams for attention. In the video, Michael was rocking on the couch, hands over ears. She walked in with a vacuum. She knew he didn't like the sound. She turned it on anyway. Michael screamed. She rolled her eyes. Enough, boy. You have everything and you still act like this. Robert replayed it. Zoomed. Her face was annoyed. Irritated. Not kind. Another clip. Maid number 5. She was on the phone. I'm telling you, these rich people spoil their kids. He just needs one slap and he'll be fine. Robert's jaw tightened. They saw his son as a spoiled rich boy. But his son wasn't spoiled. He was scared. And that's when it hit him like a truck. His own house was bullying his son. Not loud bullying. Not hitting. The soft kind. The why can't you be normal kind. The you're making my job hard kind. The I don't have time for your brain kind. He suddenly remembered the times he too had snapped. Michael, please, just eat. Michael, look at me. Michael, stop. Was he the same? He rubbed his face. His eyes burned. The next morning, he went downstairs earlier than usual. Sophia was already there. On the floor again. This time, Michael was closer. Almost beside her. She was teaching him to press picture cards. Water. Snack. Outside. Why cards? Robert asked, trying to sound casual. She looked up, surprised he was there. Because speech isn't the only language, sir. He should talk, Robert said automatically. Sophia met his eyes, calm, not afraid. He can talk. Just not with his mouth yet. Those words hit him harder than any boardroom insult. He sat, a billionaire, on the carpet. Did they treat him badly? He asked. Sophia hesitated. They didn't understand him. And when people don't understand, they blame the child. Even in my own house, Robert whispered. Sophia's voice softened. Wealth doesn't protect children from being misunderstood. Outside, 2 staff members passed by. Ye ladki zyada attitude wali lagti hai. Deko, billionaire kusamni bi argue kar rahi hai. Rich versus poor. Hierarchy. Status. But for once, Robert didn't care. He only cared about the boy patiently tapping a picture that said, "Dad." Except, it didn't play. The button was broken. Michael looked confused. Eyes wet. Sophia touched his hand. "We'll fix it, okay?" Robert swallowed. He had no idea his son was trying to ask for him. When Sophia finally got Michael to reach out for his father, Robert's reaction wasn't pride, it was a complete emotional collapse. The breakthrough happened on a rainy afternoon. Thunder. Low light. Soft instrumental music playing. Sophia had learned which song calmed him. Michael was sitting on his favorite spot, the corner by the window, curtains half open. Sophia was beside him, not touching, just matching his breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Robert walked in quietly. Usually, this is when Michael would run. But today, he didn't. Sophia leaned close to Michael's ear. "Papa," she whispered, tapping her chest, then pointing at Robert. "Papa." Michael stared. She picked up a new card she had made herself, hastily drawn, but clear, a man in a suit, holding a boy's hand. "Papa." Michael looked from the card to Robert. His fingers fluttered. He rocked. His eyes darted. Sophia didn't rush. "Only if you want," she murmured. "No one will force you." Slowly, so slowly, Michael reached out his hand. Not to Sophia. To Robert. Like it was nothing. Like it was everything. Robert froze. This was the moment he had prayed for, begged for, stayed awake for. And now that it was happening, his throat closed. He knelt. Michael's fingers touched his sleeve, not skin. Fabric first. Safer. Then, brave little boy, he slid his hand down to Robert's wrist. Warm. Human. "Dad." Robert's eyes filled. "Hey, buddy." His voice cracked. It's Dad. "I'm here. I should've been here sooner." Michael tapped his father's wrist twice, his way of saying again. Robert choked on a laugh sob. "Again? Okay. I'll come again. Every day. Every time." He looked at Sophia. "How?" was all he could say. She smiled. "You stopped changing him. You started changing the environment." Outside the room, two of the older staff members watched. One scoffed. "Itna drama. It's just a kid." The other shook her head. "No. It's not just a kid. It's a kid who finally felt safe." This was the real rich versus poor line, not money. Empathy. Some poor people had more of it. Some rich people didn't. That day Sophia, the poor maid, was the richest person in the room. Robert hugged his son gently, not crushing, not squeezing, just a soft, slow, regulated hug. Michael didn't pull away. Robert broke. Years of guilt. Of firing people. Of blaming outsiders. Of secretly thinking, what if he was normal? All of it melted into quiet, shaking sobs. Sophia looked away to give him dignity. But when Robert offered Sophia triple salary to stay, she shocked him with what she asked for instead. "Stay," Robert said. "I'll pay you whatever you want." They were in his office now. Rain still tapping the windows. Michael was in the next room with Evelyn, calmly watching cartoons, something he never did with anyone but Sophia. Sophia smiled politely. "It's not about money, sir." Robert almost laughed. "Everything is about money." "Not to him," she said, nodding toward Michael. "He just needs consistency." "So, what do you want?" Robert asked. "A car? An apartment? Papers?" Sophia took a breath. "I want everyone in this house trained." He blinked. "What?" "I want the cook to know he can't change meal texture suddenly. I want the driver to stop honking on the driveway. I want the cleaners to stop using strong chemicals. I want the staff to stop calling him weird behind his back. I want your relatives to stop forcing hugs when he visits." Her voice stayed gentle, but firm. I want this house to stop bullying him. Quietly. Robert went silent. She continued. Your son doesn't have a behavior problem. Your house has a sensory problem. That line hit like thunder. He leaned back. So you're saying, I fired 7 maids when the problem was me? I'm saying, Sophia replied kindly, you did what scared parents do. You protected him the only way you knew. But now you know better. He nodded slowly. Over the next week, the mansion changed. No strong perfumes. No loud gossip near Michael's room. No mocking of special kids. No rich kid tantrum comments. Sophia made simple posters. Talk slow. Warn before touch. Lights dim after 6. Use visual choices. The staff rolled their eyes at first. But the day Michael walked through the kitchen calm, humming, and even tapped the cook's arm to point at fruit, they believed. Robert called a meeting. From now on, he said, his voice softer than they'd ever heard, anyone who mocks my son, or any child like him, will be let go. This house is not a place for bullying, rich or poor. He looked at Sophia. And anyone who protects him will be rewarded. The staff glanced at each other. Even in a billionaire's house, respect had to be taught. That night, when Robert tucked Michael in, yes, the billionaire now did bedtime, Michael did something he had never done. He pressed his forehead, gently, to his father's. Robert whispered, voice breaking, you were never broken, buddy. I was. Outside, Sophia wiped her eyes. She had seen rich men cry over deals. But a father crying because his son finally felt safe, that was different. If you were in Sophia's place, would you take the big money and stay quiet? Or would you challenge the whole house to change, even if it meant losing everything? Backhand index pointing down, tell me in the comments. Your answer says a lot about the kind of world you want kids like Michael to live in.